I mean, I got one of those new stands that's like right in the middle instead of over here and like looking down at an angle on me. Oh. Hey, welcome to Geek Spot News, everybody. Episode 197 of you all finding Geek Spot with us. And we appreciate every one of you. I am Jack. I'm just trying to do nice things here and share stuff.
I am Frank.
There it is. And I have an iPhone, so I don't know how to work it anymore. So, yeah, welcome. Thanks for joining us. A little late on this Monday after a hectic week off that was not planned to be a week off, but somehow ended up that way, regardless of what we wanted to do. So, since we had all that time, Frank, what are you up to, man?
A lot of hockey, and then not a lot of hockey at the same time. Games, then games that were missed because of... stuff that happened at home. Not important. Nothing majorly bad. A lot of hockey. Some Legos.
we were going to go last Thursday, but then there was just so many Philly sports.
Yeah. And
with great outcomes that we decided, we should hold off. And then there was a mourning period after that we continued to hold off through. So
I'm still mourning. I don't care one way or the other what happens with the Eagles this year at all. Wow. Usually, the last couple of years when the Phillies tank the way they tank in the playoffs, it punches me really hard and I can't really I don't recover well. Hockey season's here. The soccer team's doing really well or did really well.
No, the playoffs didn't start yet. The last game of the season is this Saturday, and then there is the postseason that they have the number one seed in all of soccer for.
In the United States soccer.
I didn't say football. I said soccer.
Okay, that's fair. But they had a great regular season, correct?
They did. They won the Supporter Shield, which is the number one, is the team with the most points in the league. Nobody can catch them in the final games of the season.
I would like to know how they come up with the names for these things.
The Supporter Shield?
Yeah, just,
Well, so every soccer club has a supporters team that's like the Sons of Ben are the one for the Union.
Gotcha.
So that is who delivers this supporter shield and who it's named after and all of those things, all the supporting clubs for the teams.
Oh my God. So really fast, my fantasy football league, right? At work, we started a dynasty. I'm 5-0 going up against the 0-5 team.
It's amazing because your draft was trash.
Not really.
Okay.
I've made some moves, but here's my point. I'm winning 108 to 103, right?
Yeah.
I have Jaden Daniels right now.
Okay.
Thank God. He had -4 points a minute ago.
Did he transfer to the Jets?
No, he just threw a touchdown pass, but he had -3 rushing yards. And and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose. It was actually 104 to 103. And he just scored and I got 4 points from him. The other guy only has a kicker. I have a 96% chance to win, up from 88%, literally while I started this story, to go 6-0. No, I made some moves. Christian McCaffrey's turned out to be the best pick. I traded Breece Hall for DK Metcalf.
Destroyed.
Huh?
It's because the rest of his team is injured.
Yeah, but I traded DK Metcalf. I traded for DK Metcalf. I got rid of Breece Hall, so that's good.
Okay.
I have no Eagles on my team because I don't like to draft Eagles because it's not,
no, they spread the ball around too much to actually go for any Eagles.
Well, except to the wide receiver. So, but yeah. And really fast, we're in something called a chop league, right? So basically, you draft your team. Everybody drafts their teams, and the entire bench plays. Everybody you draft, you total up the points for the week, and then the lowest scoring team is eliminated from the league, and the players on that team go into free agency, where each team is allowed one waiver pickup in reverse order.
Oh, all right.
So if you finish it, so there were 10 teams. Team number 10 gets kicked out of the league. All his players are put back into free agency. Team number 9 now has the first waiver pick, and then backwards. So I am currently near the bottom of this season of this week. I have 119 points. There's a guy with 95, 2 with 103, and 1 with 104.
Oh well, good luck to you.
The best part of this is my team. I slept through the draft of this. I forgot about the draft and slept through it, and my entire team was auto drafted.
Oh, this is not the keeper league.
No, the keeper league. I'm 5-0.
Because the keeper league we did as an episode of the show.
We did on the episode of the show. Yeah. The chop league. My team was auto drafted. So my symbol is a symbol that says auto draft, and I named my team auto draft. Everybody in the league is pissed that I keep winning.
I have no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
And that's all the sports.
And now back to the geek stuff.
Now back to the geek stuff.
So the last week I
what about you?
Yeah, so I don't know. I went to a Union game, so back to sports, and that's it. Watch them win the Supporter Shield in person, which was pretty awesome. Besides that, just busy with stuff for the kids. It's that time of year. Had a gig at Harrigan's last week. That was a blast. I saw my friend Kevin's debut with his band he just joined Friday at the Buck Hotel. So
nice,
that was exciting. Got to watch my kid get inducted in the National Honor Society, so that was fun. Today, besides the conflicts we had with hockey today, we had my kid that busted his knee earlier this year, busted his other knee today, so that's exciting.
That poor kid.
He's going to be fine in like a week, though, not 6 months, so we're in a better spot than we were last time.
This is the same one it was the SpongeBob play last year, right?
No, it was Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast, and they reworked everything around him.
Correct.
Right? Yeah, that's awesome.
This was a rehearsal for the Addams Family, which that show doesn't happen for another 4 months, so he's got plenty of time to...
Who is he in that one?
No clue yet, because they have not announced the cast. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Both kids are going to be in that one in some capacity, but we don't know exactly how yet.
Awesome.
So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, and then look, just watching stuff, catching up on some things. Talk about all those things in a little bit.
Some of those things.
But before we get there, and the news, I'm sure do we have a list of any sort?
No, we don't have a list today. But you know what we don't have today? You know what we don't have for the first time in several months? We don't have to talk about Jack not rewatching, but watching for the first time The Office.
That's true. So what we'll do today...
Done The Office.
Before we get to that, though, we're going to do... Our list is going to be what they talked about at New York Comic Con this week.
That works for me.
So we're going to hit through all the latest stuff from New York Comic Con, go through those, and then we will go to... trying to get back in here to edit. And then I do want to give some final... I've had some time to reflect now on The Office, and then discuss a little more about the follow-up to The Office that I decided I should finish, just as the completionist that I am. So I did complete the paper as well last week. So we'll talk about that a little bit too. You didn't finish yet? No.
But that's okay, because that's okay. What about the Comic-Con?
So lots of announcements. Marvel made some big announcements. This week. New York Comic Con happened over the weekend. We got a lot of stuff from all different areas. So we got a teaser trailer for the Night of the Seven Kingdoms from Game of Thrones. This is
Duck and Egg, or the egg and the bacon?
Yeah, it's Duncan the Tall.
Yes.
Is the shabby knight. Duncan the Tall is who it's following, and his squire Egg. And we did get a trailer for it. Feels very reminiscent of A Knight's Tale,
Okay.
Which I'm okay with because I love that movie.
Yep.
I don't know that he's as charming as Heath Ledger, but we'll see how it goes.
I did not
Um,
see the trailer yet, but I will at work tomorrow.
it is 100 years before Game of Thrones because that shouldn't matter, but it does for some reason. So there's still Targaryens and all of those things happening. It's after, what's the other one right now? House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon.
I
So
believe it's after.
It's
No,
after House of the Dragon, and
maybe it's before. It's somewhere in there. I was going to look up the timeline, but it is
What's it
in the
called again?
past as well.
I'll look that up while you're
Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So it is in the past as well. It doesn't have anybody that we know. It's just set in the world of Game of Thrones
Right.
we've gotten used to. Looks like it could be fun. But
So
I also
about 90 years before the events of Game of Thrones, during a time when the Targaryen dynasty still holds the Iron Throne, and the memory of dragons is recent. So around 209 AC, after the Blackfire Rebellion.
right. But when is House of the Dragon? I think this is before House of the Dragon.
77 years after the second season finale of House of the Dragon.
Oh, geez. All right. So that was
So it's close.
got it. Got it. I thought that was closer in time, but all right. Cool. So yeah, it looks like it has potentially fun. I feel like they finished filming this like 3 years ago though, so I'm a little concerned that they held on to it for so long.
Well,
I'm just going through. So this is an article, so we'll just hit this stuff in the order that it is here. We got a Wonder Man trailer from Marvel. We actually got 2 different Wonder Man trailers from Marvel.
I didn't hate it. I don't.
Did you watch both?
No, I watched one. I don't understand it.
So yeah,
because I'm not as familiar with the character.
So our this is not the character at all. So it's
Okay.
a completely different take.
Okay.
So the premise here is that they are doing that there was a Wonder Man character similar to Buck Rogers is how it kind of looks.
Okay.
And they are going to reboot that character and bring back sci-fi heroes as opposed to superheroes because everybody's sick of superheroes is the pitch in the trailer made by the director. And the director is the president of Baravia.
Right. Is this a little tongue-in-cheek shot at the world?
No, because again, this was filmed 2 years ago.
Oh. Okay.
So like it's tough with it's frightening how many of these fictional movies and TV shows and everything that are coming out that were done several years ago all are reflecting a lot of things in the real world now, which is kind of pretty meta.
Right.
And very bizarre. But it's so we have Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, who was in Black Manta in Aquaman movies and was in The Watchmen as well. Not The Watchmen, the TV show they did on HBO.
Right.
It was the follow-up to that. So looks very different than anything we've seen from Marvel yet. It does bring back what's his name? Trevor Slattery? No, yes.
Yeah.
That's his name, right?
The fake
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
Brings back Ben Kingsley as the fake Mandarin.
Mandarin, thank you.
So we get him, but now he's an acting coach, and one of his students is auditioning for this reboot of Wonder Man. But I would assume this is all in like the first episode and a half, first 2 episodes, and then we get into it. Wonder Man in the comics is one of the earliest Avengers villains, technically.
Oh.
The way he was introduced. And his brother in the comics is the Grim Reaper, who's also a villain. But he came in and joined the Avengers undercover, is filled with ionic energy that ended up killing him, and he only made it like 2 or 3 issues. But then his brain imprint is who was given to what was given to the Vision in the comics. So the Vision has a lot of his tendencies in the comics and kind of Simon Williams' thought patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Which when they brought Wonder Man as Simon Williams, they brought him back, resurrected him. I'm not there in my rereading of the Avengers run yet.
Gotcha.
But he gets brought back, which based on the fact that Vision and Scarlet Witch are in love, Wonder Man then has this continuing unrequited love for Scarlet Witch. all through the comics where she loves Vision, but because they have the same brain, Simon Williams loves her. It's very it gets complicated in the comics over the years.
Gotcha.
But interested to see how they rework all that. I hope it doesn't suck.
I hope it doesn't suck too.
And that was supposed to be a this year release. Got pushed to January of 2026. So it looks like this will come out probably against Duncan and Egg, or the Tale of the Seven Kingdoms, or whatever it is.
Okay.
There was an Invincible 4 season 4 release. As they said before, hey, we're going to speed this up so you're not waiting years in between seasons. Season 4 will release in March. So it looks like we're going to start getting a season a year of Invincible, which is amazing.
There's a 50-50 chance I am caught up by that.
That is way higher than I would give you.
I didn't dislike it, but
look, it does what a lot of these shows don't do that you hear me complain about all the time. Like, it gets the assignment. Like, it knows it's wild, and it understands it, and it just leans into it. We got a trailer. I don't know if you saw this trailer, the one for Mercy.
yeah, I don't think so.
With Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson.
I know it's there, but I didn't, and I really like her, even though I still haven't seen Silo, or the last Mission Impossible, the last 2 Mission Impossibles.
Yeah, she's barely in the one.
Yeah,
No, she's in. I don't
she's
think
in
she's
the
in
one
the
and not in the other one. I know.
Yeah.
And Dune, which I will never probably watch. Look, just to be clear,
she's okay in Dune.
I've played so much Borderlands 4 the last month that I have slacked on watching anything for the most part, and like more than I normally do. Please continue.
So Mercy is Chris Pratt is on trial, and the world's run by an advanced AI.
Hey, T.
Played by Rebecca Ferguson.
Okay, I'm in.
But he is on trial, so she is the judge, jury, and executioner, and he gets 90 minutes to prove his innocence and has access to all of the things that she does. So all of the surveillance, all of this, that, and the other thing. It feels like War of the Worlds that we just got when looking at the trailer, because it's like cutting to security footage and cutting to this and cutting, like, it looks like a lot. It's going to flop in the movie theater. 100%. I don't know if it's going to flop as bad as Tron did, but there's a possibility.
I totally agree.
We got The Vampire Lestat, season 3 of the Interview with the Vampire adaptation. So it looks like we made it through.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, look, I watched the first season, I think, and I did not stick with it. But that comes out next year.
I tell you how many shows I've done that too.
We got release dates for the next Spider-Man, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, season 2 already coming out, which good for them.
Nice.
Love getting back-to-back years. It should be out in fall, so not.
So that's the one. That the one I tried to watch and didn't like. It's in like an alternate Spider-Man draw.
Yes,
but
it's
got
and
animation's weird.
It is. Apparently, the animation's smoother in this new trailer.
Okay.
When I talk about that Marvel show that I'm sure you will never watch because there's zombies involved, I'll bring up something about that.
T, I'm going to ask you about that in a few minutes. Don't worry.
So then we got X-Men 97 with the 3rd season will come in summer.
Okay.
Next year. So it has been renewed already for another year.
So we're getting season 2, and then it was renewed for season 3.
Yep, and it looks like season 2, from what I read about the trailer, takes up right where season 1 dropped off. So it's getting the band back together. And then we got Born Again coming in March. We already knew it was coming in March. Trailer looks interesting. We got our first look at Matthew Lillard, who's going to be in season 2, and Jessica Jones pops up.
Mm-hmm. She's back.
So is back, and they also confirmed that Eldon, whatever his last name, Foggy Nelson, will be back, at least in flashbacks.
One of the best.
It's going to be more than flashbacks, but they're saying it's flashbacks.
I understand.
There's actually a storyline from the comics, I'm sure, that we talked about, where he ends up just fine. Now, the next thing on this list is some Star Trek stuff. So would you like to hit that?
I don't have the list in front of me, but if I recall correctly, we got a full trailer from Starfleet Academy, which I have to tell you, there's too much making out.
Oh.
I'm a monster Star Trek fan, and there's too much making out in the trailer, and I don't want love stories in my Star Trek. There's a little bit of a through line of a little bit of a love story in Strange New Worlds, which,
well, but is it a love story?
I don't
or
know.
is it like Riker and is getting it on with everything that he meets?
Yes, T. Star Trek 90210. That's the vibes I got from it. It's more, it's not giving me Star Trek vibes. It's set in the future in the Discovery era, which is they have pretty much the entire universe to play with out there, because that's like 1,000 years in the future. So there's nothing out there, right? As far as canon and whatnot. And there's a lot of there's a remembrance wall, and there's all the names, and Robert Picardo is in it as the holographic doctor, I believe, in the future, because he's a hologram. He can do that, but he looks old. I'm not as thrilled. I'm not as thrilled with the prospect of it. I'll probably watch it. Strange New Worlds got a season 4 snippet. It was like a 4-minute snippet.
Oh.
And that was really good. I have praised Strange New Worlds up, down, and sideways. Now there's a little bit of a love story going on in there, but Star Trek overtakes the love story. The love story is way in the back over here. It's there, but it's not like they're not pushing your face.
Got it.
This trailer for Star Trek 90210 is that's great, T. I'm going to use that for the whole time now. It's just ugh. And there's a rumored Lego set coming out at the end of November. Star Trek Enterprise E or D. The Picard Enterprise is rumored to be coming as a Lego set. Star Trek and Lego finally have a licensing deal together, which is super exciting. And I need more shelving.
You're not going to have room for it.
No, but I will. Trust me. Did I miss anything else in the Star Trek? I thought it was just those two things.
No, it was just those two things. Okay. We also got some news that Batman Nightfall is going to become an animated movie saga.
Okay.
Which that's the one that introduced Bane.
Okay.
And then Batman had his back broken, and then
and he doesn't look like this.
No. And Azrael took over for him in that right. run. Or Azrael's introduced. So we had that.
Darkness.
And then we also had I think that was almost everything.
That Bane who was born in darkness.
No, not that Bane. You got to put your hand over your mouth when you do it.
Born in darkness.
All right, we'll get there. We're like close.
I'm there. I'm almost there.
We'll workshop it and get there. And that looks like most all the news from Comic-Con. Another Running Man trailer, which look, I saw the first one of those. It looks fun.
In. Yeah, I'm in. That is the shit that I like. I like just throw stuff at the camera and put a story in it. Like that. That stuff's awesome. I love that stuff.
Yeah, Azrael T agreed. He was like the hallmark of the 90s, like super cool costume, and then you're like, oh, this guy's like a lot to deal with. I'm out.
Oh, in Batman?
Yeah. Comic Run of Nightfall. That was around when I stopped collecting, was when Nightfall happened. So like when I was going to sell my stuff, like I looked at all the issues and I'm like, oh, I have all these. And I don't really remember reading them. But that happens every once in a while. So
okay. So I have a sort of a list. I found something while we were talking. Really fast. I'm just going to say Jumanji 4 is preparing to get underway. The film's going to start shooting in November. The reboot franchise's 4 main stars, Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, Karen Gillian, and Jack Black, are all expected to return. Accompanying them will be a handful of other familiar faces, including Alex Wolff, Morgan Turner, Madison Eisman, Serdarius Blaine, and Awkwafina. The film will feature Jack Kasdan back in the director's chair. and will be bringing in several new actors to accompany the returning stars, including Brittany O'Grady and Bern Gorman. Character details, however, are being kept under wraps, as is the plot. Look, the Jumanji movies are fun. It's fun.
Yeah. Look, well, now is this sounds like it's not on the new one though.
What do you mean?
Did you say Kevin Hart and Jack Black and Terry? Okay,
all returning.
Got it. I thought I heard Kirsten Dunst, and I was like, oh, it's from the original.
As long as Dwayne stays in Hollywood and stays away from my wrestling, I'm a happy guy.
Well, we'll see. Look, Dwayne is not the Dwayne that we had, so he's going to have to start playing characters a little different.
That's okay.
Because he's a much smaller version.
Let him play. He'll get back up to where he was. Yeah,
that's not healthy at that age.
It's not. I'm gonna run through this TV thing real fast, and then I want to get to the Tron thing because I want to hear T's giggle. But first, these were the best show from each year of the 80s. This just should be pretty fast.
Okay.
In 1980, the best show was Hammer House of Horror, according to Screen Rant. Hammer Film Productions is an institution of British horror cinema. Gave us Christopher Lee's Dracula, Peter Cushing's Dr. Frankenstein, and the Quatermass franchise. In 80, Hammer tried its hand at a Twilight Zone-style anthology series for the small screen and delivered one of the scariest TV shows ever made.
Nice.
I had no idea.
Well, it was on BBC in the 80s, so there's no record of it anywhere.
1981, this TV show has a theme song that, no matter the generation, you know it, Hill Street Blues. One of the best TV theme songs of all time.
I would say anybody younger than 40 doesn't know that theme song, but yeah.
But still one of the best TV theme songs ever created.
Yeah, except for it was all a dream, because I'm pretty sure it crossed over with Seen Elsewhere.
I was Seen Elsewhere.
No, but I'm pretty sure there was a crossover with Hill Street Blues at least once.
Oh, goodness. 1982, again, a show that I loved near and dear to my heart, Cheers, was the best TV show of...
That debuted that year.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's still today. 1983, one of the stars of the current AI craze taking over TikTok and YouTube, The Joy of Painting, Bob Ross.
Okay.
Yes,
I don't agree with that being the best show of that year, but sure.
I don't have any I don't have any reference for these right now. But Bob Ross's show lasted 32 seasons.
How many?
32.
Yeah, but that's not saying anything because like Chop's on season like 98.
That's true. 1984, Night Court. Again, another show I loved. I did not like the reboot as much.
No, the reboot was rough.
It was rough.
But good call, Chris, on the J.J. Johnson.
It was J.J. Johnson.
He's the composer of the Hill Street Blues theme song.
Oh. Okay. Bob Ross is an icon. And if you're not up on the Sora TikToks, Bob Ross is an absolute legend in AI right now.
Got it. I'm not.
Even on YouTube. The YouTubes of Bob Ross are great. I didn't hate the reboot of Night Court. It didn't stick with me. I watched a lot of the moments of it. Like I watched the Big Bang Theory guys pop up, and I watched, the first couple of episodes and Roz coming back. And look, Melissa Rauch did a great job, and not hearing her talk like her character on Big Bang Theory is great.
Yeah.
She's got a normal voice. 1985, another show I actually watched, The Golden Girls, was the best show of 1985, according to this.
Okay.
I'm not going to argue with them.
No, Golden Girls was delightful.
1986, Pee-wee's Playhouse.
No.
I did not watch it.
Well, I mean, you were 30, so it makes sense you wouldn't watch Pee-wee's.
I was 30. But 1987, Star Trek: The Next Generation. Now, the first 2.5 seasons of Star Trek: The Next Generation were pretty freaking rough.
Yeah, but they figured it out.
They did. Once Patrick Stewart shaved his head and relaxed behind the scenes, the show got great.
Yeah.
1988, Mystery Science Theater 3000. No?
I don't know. I don't know if I would say that's the best show of '88, but possibly.
Listen, Pee-wee was an icon. I'm not going to take that away. But I don't know if it was the best show. No, Star Trek The Next Generation T started in 1987.
Yeah, like Frank just said, it didn't get good till the '90s.
Right. It did. It took about 3 seasons. In 1989, the best show on TV is the show about nothing. Seinfeld.
Oh, that's not true. I mean, it eventually
Well,
became good.
that show didn't come out in 1988. What show didn't come out in
Mystery
1988?
Science Theater 3000.
Oh. Well, it was the best. It's not that it came out.
Oh, no, it is. It's got to be the year they came out.
Well, it didn't say come out. It's just the best show of that year. It didn't say debuted. It was just the best show.
It came
of
out
that
in
year.
1988, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, in
okay.
St. Paul, Minnesota.
I don't think T wants to be old. And that's it. The 1989 was the last one, and that was Seinfeld. That was a weak list, especially with nothing to compare it to.
Yeah. It's tough because we don't know what other shows came out. Like, we don't know, like, the top 3. Then we can look at the top 3.
You know what? I might want to look at that for another list and make my own up.
There you go. So, speaking of shows, though.
Mm-hmm.
So like we said, I did finish The Office.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully.
You had
But
a rough time.
yeah, I did. Look, but after watching The Paper, I look back on The Office fondly now.
Yeah, so I watched The Paper. I watched 5 episodes of The Paper. And I have not watched the other 5 episodes of The Paper.
It gets slightly better.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Slightly.
The Office took a season or 2 for those of us that like The Office to really get going, to find itself.
It did. My response to that would be like, so they figured out what worked on The Office for that audience. They didn't bring any of that over to this show.
No, they really didn't.
They said it's. I think the problem with it is so dry, and it's exactly what I mentioned earlier, right? There's no wink or nod to the camera, like, "Hey, we get it," right? That was looking back, like that's why I said, like with The Office, like Michael didn't have that, but like Jim was your wink to the camera all the time. Was it good? No, but he was that character, right? Where he would like, let you know, like, "Hey, we get it," or the way that because they acted so over the top some of the times. Everything in this show, even when they're like, it could be really funny, but they're playing it so straight,
Yeah,
that it sucks any potential humor out of it.
Even
the synopsis for the show doesn't track. Like it
I
says
enjoyed the
they
beginning.
find a dying Midwestern newspaper and its publisher's efforts to revive it using volunteer reporters.
Right.
Which it's not. They're all employees of the place. So, like, they're not volunteers.
So they're employees of the toilet paper part of the company.
Only one of them is from the toilet paper part of the company. It's just the guy that talks about fishing.
Oh.
All the rest of them technically worked for the newspaper side.
Okay.
Like as accountants or whatever. Like Oscar was an accountant for that side, which I'm going to do some light spoilers for the show.
Yeah.
As we mentioned last week, Oscar finished The Office running for Senate.
Yes.
They completely ignore that for this entire season. And don't even acknowledge anything that happened to Oscar the last 10 years, except for that he still talks to Stanley and Stanley's still alive. And then, and by the end of it, Oscar loves the documentary and is so excited that they're back in his life. And we end it at the Ohio Journalism Awards. So like there's no buildup. They're like, we're gonna run through this stuff at full speed. Okay, yeah, it's rough.
Here we go. I just Googled what happened to Oscar running for Senate in The Office, and here is what came up. Oscar did not win the state Senate race in Pennsylvania. The show's co-creator confirmed he lost, was embarrassed, and moved to Toledo, Ohio to work at the Toledo Truth-Teller newspaper. He lost the election, according to Greg Daniels, the creator of The Office. Oscar did not win, blah, blah, blah. He moved to Ohio as a result of losing and being embarrassed. He moved to Toledo, Ohio, where he works as head accountant at Toledo Truth Teller. His political career is behind him, but now he has the opportunity to embrace his love of arts and leisure by working in the arts and leisure beat at the newspaper. All of that sucks.
Yeah, and all of that would have been a very quick interview in the mockumentary style that The Office does.
Now, I told you I enjoyed the way they connected Dunder Mifflin to this. I enjoyed the Bob Vance in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's already got picked up for season 2 before season 1 even dropped.
Yeah, I don't know how. I'll
finish it at some point. But I want to get through another show first.
Sure. Yeah, it's I don't know how it got picked up, but now it is airing on NBC on Monday nights, or it got picked up and put on network television because they already paid for it. Right. And they know that even if it gets shitty viewership, it's still better than anything new they're going to come out with besides it. But it's already paid for, so they'll just do that.
Yeah. So it's not a fun show.
No, it plays it too straight, in my opinion. There's a glimmer where they let Domhnall Gleeson, who I like in the Peter Rabbit movies and everything, I really do, where they let him get back into sales, because he's like a nepo baby through this whole thing. That's how they present the character, but he doesn't acknowledge it except for when he's just in conversation. So, like, again, could be played for better laughs, but they miss all those opportunities. But then he gets to be a sales guy for a minute, and it's a great chemistry. And then we completely ignore it going forward from after that episode.
I really liked him as General Hux until all of a sudden he became a traitor out of nowhere with no build up to his character whatsoever.
No, I'm sure there's a lot of build up on his character on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
Because his dad is the one that started the First Order.
Right.
Which, if you didn't listen to that, there is a lost episode of ours back where we discuss that movie. I don't even remember what it was. Rise of Skywalker. Did we ever? I don't know if we ever dropped that.
I don't think we ever dropped it. I think I still have it coveted away. I think wasn't that where we made JJ crash out?
We did, because we talked about how The Last Jedi was the superior movie repeatedly.
Oh boy. Oh yeah. I got to find the crash out.
So I want to hit that. I want to hit. We can, if T is still with us and you want to talk about Tron Ares real quick.
Honestly, the only thing I was going to tell you was the box office. Yeah. And then I'm going to let him make a comment. So per deadline, as of Saturday morning, Tron Ares is projected to end its opening weekend with a 3-day domestic debut total of 33.5 million, falling significantly below the movie's original projections of 45 to 50 million. And sees Ares failing to break a franchise record, sinking beneath the $44 million debut of Tron Legacy. These projections even place the movie below Morbius.
Yeah. I saw that when it was a 14 million. I didn't realize it moved all the way to 33.
One thing I will say about this, once again, way back in our past, we did an interview, our only interview, with a friend of mine that I play video games with, who's a special effects operator up in Vancouver. He worked on this movie. So the scene that was in the commercial where the light cycle cuts the cop car in half, he was directly involved with that stunt. And he told me some other stuff that I don't really want to, spoil. But he said he had a blast, and even Jared Leto wasn't bad. I don't think he really interacted with him much.
I would assume he doesn't interact with anybody, from everything I've heard.
He said, let me see. He was impressed by how well they executed the movie. And he said, these were his notes on it. The biggest gripe is a thin plot. No shit, it's Tron. It's never been heavy on the plot. What exists of the plot is there to drive the visuals. Leto, for as much as I dislike him, did good getting this film made. The Easter eggs connecting both other movies are off the scale. He lost count around 12 or so. He highly recommends seeing it in the theater. IMAX was awesome. And they left it open for another one. I have not seen it, but the reviews that I have read in the Discord that I'm in with T are not very happy. It's not one of the better versions of the movie.
Fun.
Yeah.
Look, it
And
did it did end up at number 1 in the box office though.
yeah, well,
So
I'll go back to T's comments when he catches up.
yeah,
if
so
he
it
comments on the
did beat
movie.
Roofman, the Channing
Okay.
Tatum movie that came out. One
Right.
battle after another. Gabby's Dollhouse.
What's
Dom
up,
making an
Ace?
appearance.
There he is.
He waited till I talked again about The Office in the paper, and then he said,
All right.
"I'm
We're
coming on."
done with the office conversation, Dom, so please feel free to come earlier if you can.
The Rock's
Neither one of us are
Oscar bid still bombing. So
neither one of us are watching or streaming any kind of baseball stuff right now.
Wow.
That sad.
Don't
That
start
wasn't a
that.
shot at him. I don't have anything to hang my hat on.
I feel like it was.
We made it one day further, and that's only because of the schedule.
That's fair. So we'll see if we get any of the Tron Aries comments popping through. But that look, and it was the biggest release in theaters, and still didn't do great.
Eh.
So I do want to hit because we briefly talked about it last week, and I'm sure you're all caught up on Marvel Zombies, Frank. Because I did take the time to actually go back and read the comic Marvel Zombies.
Okay.
Which I didn't realize was written by Robert Kirkman.
Oh, okay.
Of Walking Dead and Invincible fame. So the comic so much better than the TV show. TV show Marvel Zombies currently has a 7.6 out of 10 on IMDb.
Oof.
And Frank, I'm just going to read these synopsises to you and see if this sounds like something, if you didn't hate zombies, that you'd be interested in.
Okay.
So, episode 1, in a ravaged world, isolated survivors battle endless horrors while struggling to endure a ruthless and dangerous reality.
Next.
Yeah, doesn't sound...
Skipping that episode.
It doesn't do any of that, by the way.
I'll watch the recap on episode 2. Go ahead.
You get Icarus fighting Captain Marvel endlessly, so she doesn't destroy the world.
Okay.
And for some reason, that's the Eternal they picked to bring back. You get Kamala and Kate Bishop and Riri all hanging out together. Because everybody
fine.
said, when I want that to happen? I want that to happen in a What If. I don't want that in the real Marvel universe. Yeah. And then the next step, and then you get Shang-Chi and Awkwafina hanging out, and his arm gets zombified.
Okay, I didn't hate the Shang-Chi movie, but
I didn't either. Most of it I actually liked. But they're the stars, and then they find Agent Jim from The Office. What's his name?
Krasinski?
Randall Park.
Oh,
Randall
the
Park.
the other Jim.
Yeah. He's in Marvel in multiple ways now.
Yeah.
Episode 2 has this synopsis: on a Mexican highway, primal hunger takes over, turning an ordinary road trip into a terrifying nightmare. None of those things happen really in that episode. That's like 30 seconds of the episode.
Okay, so if I just start at episode 3, I can catch the recap of the first 2 and be caught up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Okay. In a besieged city, the dead rise from their graves, hungry for human flesh. Fear spreads as survivors fight for their lives against the savage hordes.
So I'm just going to read the wiki at this point of the show.
Yeah. So and here's where the savage hordes, right? So it turns into all of their principles. This is just, it's like zombie hordes, and it's just like every other zombie movie or like. I don't think these guys read the comics for the Marvel zombie stuff. They just went through and were like, you know what? We're just going to do The Walking Dead in Marvel and do it that way. The Marvel Zombies comics was the superheroes all turn into zombies.
Right. That's not what this is.
No. But no, I mean, but so the superheroes have taken over the world and are just starving for whatever they can find, and they're running out of humans. So, but it's like, it shows the limitations and kind of the issues with the way Marvel's doing their cinematic and their TV universe, where the only reference points they have are the movies they've done. So as opposed to getting in the comics, like in the comic, it's like Wolverine and Giant Man and Iron Man and all these big, Captain America, Spider-Man, Thor are all big stars in there, right?
Didn't they do like a zombie episode in What If?
That was the precursor to this series.
Right.
The
But
series
that
is a
was
spinoff
with,
of that.
but that was with the superheroes being zombies, right?
Barely. It still goes back to zombie horde stuff.
Okay.
And then your final episode synopsis here. Good news, bad news. Because I don't know if this is where you would have thought this was going to go. The Nova Corps have quarantined the Earth to stop the virus from escaping. Worse news. Wanda seeks the power of the Infinity Stones, which are being contained in the remains of Wakanda by an old friend.
Oh.
So look, just so many missed opportunities with Marvel Zombies. I said last week again, I don't love the animation, which takes me out of it because the animation is not great.
Yeah.
It's the same style they use for What If, which is not great. Considering this is coming from Disney, the fact that the animation is subpar is really disappointing. And it gets into just this like big zombie horde where it's like, oh, thing after, and now we're going to make the new Asgardian zombies, and then they're all going to come after us. Oh, so now they're super powered zombies. Okay, great. And then but the Hulk now in this What If can hold all the Infinity Stones and be cool and fine. It's like, what? It's not great. I'm praying they do not do a season 2. And the IMDb rating actually dropped since I looked at it earlier today. It's down to 7.1. It fails in the fact that it is limited by assuming people only know what they saw in the movies and the TV shows. And like to appreciate this, you had to have watched everything that came out for Marvel. Like this was for like the diehard fans. Because if you didn't watch everything that came out since Endgame, you would have no idea what the F was going on with or who any of these people were.
That's the problem that Marvel had. Now, I don't know if that's going to be it going forward. I know that that's what James Gunn is attempting to. He's attempting to make everything connected, but you don't need to see this, and this to understand everything. But at the same time, so supposedly, and this is the way he worded it was, if you don't see Supergirl and you go to see Man of Tomorrow, everything you need to know about the previous stuff will be talked about in the movie, which is okay, but now you're just a lot of exposition.
But will it?
That's what he's saying.
Right, but we'll talk Peacemaker in a few minutes.
Without spoiling it, we'll take Peacemaker for example, and the finale of Peacemaker will be explained in Man of Tomorrow. But if you didn't watch Peacemaker, there's supposed to be things in the movie to tell you basically what happened and how you got to where you're at.
But if you didn't watch Superman, would you have any idea what was going on in the last 4 episodes of Peacemaker?
Probably not. No.
Right.
Because they really didn't explain that.
No.
They did not explain why this person is here talking to this person. Where's this? Which again, we'll talk about in a few minutes.
That's what I mean. So I don't trust him to do that since he just did not do that.
I kind of where I'm leaning with that. Yeah. You would have to have too much exposition. And then now you're taking a chunk of your movie away to explain something. Just make stuff that people want to watch. Just don't make 75 pieces of content that you're going to have to watch to understand one movie. That's where Marvel went down the wrong path in my eyes, was that they made too much stuff where only little bits of it connected to everything. And there was just a lot of crap thrown at the walls.
Yeah, I mean, look, your Marvel Zombies list, right? Like it's our first introduction of Blade.
Yeah,
Blade's in the whole show, but as Blade Knight. So if you don't watch Moon Knight, you have no idea who that is, because he's the embodiment of Khonshu as Blade in this show for some reason. That's spoilers for like first episode. You get that, but then you get again, it's them and Kamala Khan and Shang-Chi and Katie Chen and Okoye. And I mean, I don't even think they have the full cast list. Most of them are listed as additional voices. David Harbour, and we have Peter Parker, and we have Scott Lang in this, and we have Jimmy Woo, and we have Rintrah, and we have Kate Bishop and Yelena Belova and Valkyrie and Baron Zemo and Thor and John Walker's in it, and we get like all. If you didn't see every movie, and you can tell that it was written before they came up with the Thunderbolts because of the way they had the characters. Right? They were like 4 years ago when because this was announced a long time ago. So was Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Right.
But these were announced like the first Comic-Con after Endgame.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
So like they were like, this is what everybody's gonna love in 4 years. Oh shit, they didn't like any of it. Well, what do we do? Like at least the Black Knight, the one character who would have made sense to have through this whole thing, the Black Knight, nowhere to be found. But yeah, so look, opportunities there. I know that Frank is still a little behind on Gen V.
A little bit.
So look, it's still it's so good. Just everybody go watch Gen V. We will have a full episode where we will run down the whole season of Gen V before the finale.
You said it's going to be 7 episodes?
I think it's
total?
8. We have 2 episodes left.
All right, so I'm in 4. I'm through 4.
Finished 5.
Huh?
You are on 5.
I was on 5. It is definitely not the show you want to watch while you're eating. And that's why I like to do a lot of TV watching as well. I'm having something to eat after work and I'll watch a show or an episode. Not the show. Not the show you want to watch.
No.
Nope. But through the 5 episodes that I've seen, without saying anything about the plot whatsoever, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. It's just a lot sometimes. When you're not in the mood for something that heavy, it's a lot.
It is. And then before we get to Peacemaker, Daryl Dixon did his penultimate episode yesterday. It's so good. Like if you want to go watch the zombie show, like this season it's getting into like weird feudal politics of Spain in a post-apocalyptic world, and then there's love stories going on, and we still have him and Carol gallivanting around. It's actually the best season of the show so far. I love it.
Awesome.
I think bringing Carol onto the show as a full-time character and interacting more with Daryl than she got to last year has been fantastic. And Only Murders in the Building continues to just be super fun and great writing.
Yes, as you have mentioned quite a few times
that it's a great show.
Yes.
So let's hit Peacemaker.
Before you go to Peacemaker,
really
fast. When we were talking about Marvel earlier, Spider-Man 4 and Daredevil Season 2 are connected.
Oh shit.
Okay. The teams are talking to each other to make sure that there's continuity in what they're doing. They're very different in tone, but they're very connected, which I like. And that's a good thing if they can connect them. You don't really need to have them showing up in each other's movies, even though Matt Murdock already showed up in technically Spider-Man.
Until they screw up the release schedules.
Right.
Because we have Punisher that I thought that was supposed to hit before.
I don't know even when
Daredevil, and it seems like that's not the case. So I don't know how the writing is going to work on that. If it's going to be, do you wonder how Punisher ended up in Daredevil Season 2? Well, here's how we're going to show you 6 months later.
When is that one coming out?
I don't know. They didn't talk about it at Comic-Con, so it doesn't look great for.
It's 2026.
Sure.
That's all it says. It's a special presentation, not a full series.
Yeah, I know, but still.
Yeah, it's got to come before Daredevil, unless it connects
maybe. Right. Like I said, that's the problem with trying to do all this interconnected stuff with the way they hold shit now.
Channing Tatum said that had the scrapped Gambit movie moved forward at Fox, it would have been one of the most mature Marvel films of all time. He said that if we'd made our Fox version, that script would have never gotten made, ever. It was an R-rated rom-com. The film would have had mutants having sex. It was wild. That sounds fun.
Sure.
Sounds
I don't know. I guess he would not have been with Rogue then.
I honestly don't know.
Because that wouldn't have worked out for him.
It might not have. Peacemaker.
Yes.
Peacemaker had its finale. Its season 2 finale. Go
ahead.
There will be no season 3 of Peacemaker, but the characters in Peacemaker will show up in another show, which I've seen rumors of will just basically be renamed into the organization that they formed at the end of the show.
So yeah, so full spoilers for
Full
Peacemaker.
spoiler. If you have not seen it,
and
go
we have
on.
2 episodes to talk about because our last show was right before episode 7.
Yes.
Because we left that show to go watch episode 7.
Yes, we did.
Which, just to bring everybody up to date, I will give the recaps of the 2 shows. So episode 7, Like a Keith in the Night. As Flag and Argus close in, the 11th Street Kids attempt to keep the ever-increasing dangers of the alternate world around them at bay. And then we had episode 8, Full Nelson. As Flag puts everyone around him in increasing danger, the 11th Street Kids must convince Peacemaker that he's one of them. So let's hit the Like a Keith in the Night real quick.
That was such a great episode. It was such a great episode when Hardcore looked at him in the Argus thing and started pointing out the stuff that he didn't take note of because they completely just didn't show it at all. I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah, there was another scene that they didn't keep, which was a group of dudes over in the corner with a bunch of Hitler mustaches.
That's hilarious. I didn't watch it after.
They cut that part out, but which apparently was a shame because they made these guys all grow them.
That's great. That's great. So he picks up the flag and it unfurls, and in place of the stars on the flag is a swastika. And then she points out the book on the desk that he didn't notice that was not there before, that was Mein Kampf. And then she says, and how did you miss the Hitler mural? Which when they turn the camera, the whole one wall is a mural of Hitler.
Yeah.
It was just so, I wish they had spent more time with that world, only because there's so much more you can do there. And we got a different side of it in the Arrow crossover. And you had such an opportunity to do so much more there, but you only had 7 episodes, so you couldn't really spend a whole lot, 8 episodes.
Well, so you say that, which brings me to something that I actually have in my notes for the season, my season thoughts.
Yes.
So right, we didn't spend a lot of time there, but we had to get all this Eagly Red St. John shit with Eagly as the prime eagle.
Yeah,
a solid 20 minutes of season with 7 episodes that were only like 34 minutes long. So like we could have got an extra episode worth of stuff on this other planet there.
We could have.
In the finale, we get 15 minutes of concert footage.
Yeah, okay.
So James Gunn could hang out with the guys in Foxy, Shazam, and Nelson, like, and then throw it on the movie, like or on the show.
I didn't understand the Eagly stuff. Like, it was fun.
I have the orgy on my list too, T. Don't worry.
Go through, run down your list, and I'll tick off as you're talking about.
Those 3 things were my biggest wastes of time.
Yeah,
right. Was the orgy, the massive, the double concert on the yacht rock, which I didn't get the yacht rock thing till just now. That's actually kind of clever. And then the Eagly stuff. With Michael Rooker, who it wasn't even supposed to be Michael Rooker till he showed up the day they started filming.
It was supposed to be an actual Native American who dropped out for whatever reasons, and the only way Rooker went to do it was because he said to James Gunn, "If I do this, I don't want this to be my only appearance in the DCU." And James Gunn was like, "No, you do this, and I want to use you again. I'll still cast you as something else." Meanwhile, Dave Bautista, who's one of his best friends, is kind of sitting over the corner going, "Can I come over and play?"
I mean, Rooker's technically already been in it because he was in Suicide Squad as Savant.
That's true.
And he was a voice in Superman.
That's true. But he can actually be an actor now.
And he might have been a voice in Creature Commanders too. Who knows?
While I also loved the Michael Rooker stuff, that whole plot line was a little pointless to me. I agree about the orgy scene. I really kind of just turned my head at that point and was just like, "Oh, come on." And the finale, like, you have Nelson there. You're not even going to play one of their good songs? Like, come on, man.
No, the song they picked is actually from a 2010 album that Nelson put out.
That's awful.
Great tune. Like, I love the song. I was like, this. I thought it was a song that I didn't hear for some reason, because if they would have released that With Love and Affection and After the Rain, that would have been their biggest hit.
Okay. Maybe I would have maybe I was just annoyed at the fact that I was watching 2 freaking concerts in the finale of an episode.
Well, that's how they got to 56 minutes. It was really the same 30 minutes of content as all the rest of the season.
I enjoyed episode 7 a lot. The Lex Luthor cameo is great.
Yeah. The fact that James Gunn's still doing his thing where he just makes sure that his friends get work because the guy they brought back with the glasses is James Gunn's best friend in real life.
Yes. Oh, I know. And his scene and his after credit scene was great.
Yeah, you're gonna want to leave. So yeah, and look, all of the work and the turn from Augie, I thought was really great.
Oh, it's great. I was actually choked up watching that episode.
Yeah, and what they did to Keith there, and look, if we don't pay Keith back off, which is why I don't believe that we're not going to get another season of Peacemaker. We definitely are. You don't bring Keith back in a movie.
No, and I know he had said that he has an idea of how to bring Keith back, and I think what's going to happen is you're going to get a season of the organization that they created at the end in the finale, and that's because he said these characters will return, but not in Peacemaker season 3. So now it's not just about Peacemaker. Now it's about the whole group. So you can change the title of it, bring them all back.
So Checkmate is actually a huge deal in the comics.
Yes.
So Checkmate, before Argus came around, because I don't know why they made Argus. Argus was like the really for the TV shows and the movies. It wasn't a big deal in the comics ever. Argus wasn't.
Right.
But Checkmate was a big deal, and Checkmate was a great runs. Kind of spun out of the Suicide Squad because there was a long stretch where there wasn't a Suicide Squad in DC Comics. So Checkmate kind of came in and filled that void as like the covert group. They had super cool costumes because there was pawns and knights,
right?
But like super smart people, like Mr. Terrific was a bishop, and then he became the White King. But Amanda Waller was the Black Queen, and
right, and
King
I remember
Faraday was the White King. Like, so all these big names from DC they pulled in as like, and there was the knights that were the guards. There was the bishops that were your strategic people that were your metahumans because everybody was supposed to be human that was the leaders of it.
Do you know who the Red Queen was?
There was not.
There was.
Not in Checkmate.
Smallville.
Yeah. Not in Checkmate in the comics though. But it was a great run, and it was around before Argus. So interesting that they launched it. I don't know about this crew leading it or what they're going to have to do to redo it.
So
but I wouldn't be surprised if you get the Waller show is Checkmate.
So what I was reading was Checkmate is not going to be the same as it was in the comics. This is going to be an organization to do good in the world and just do good in the world. Right? It's going to be the opposite of Argus. The Waller show, I believe, is still up in the air. They're not even sure if they're doing that now because they're waiting on scripts. That's something I'll give him credit for. He wants to have a really good script before he greenlights a movie, and I think every time he says that, he's taking a little shot at Marvel.
Yeah.
Episode 7 was great all around to me. John Cena showed that he can act. And really act, and he really brought it, and that was great. And I can't wait to talk about another way of John Cena on Thursday night with my friend.
Oh, and Checkmate's also where we got Sasha Bordeaux, who was all through this season. That was her original place that she ran, and she ends up in a relationship with Mr. Terrific in the comics.
So that's still possible?
Mm-hmm.
What we got so we got the Lex Luthor was the big caveat. That was the big, like, oh my God, right?
Yeah.
And they filmed that on like day 1 of filming Superman. When we get to the finale, everybody was expecting all these cameos. Or even and we got nothing. The season finale or series finale was more of a character development episode and a closing. It was like closing arcs and opening new arcs, right? That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
I was okay with it. Again, they spent way too much time on 2 concerts. We didn't need 2 concerts.
No.
And then the end. If you notice, Rick Flag, there's a lot of rumors going around about Rick Flag. His demeanor changed, right, from Creature Commandos to like basically, like T just said, almost a full-fledged villain with no moral code by the end of Peacemaker.
Yeah, which was weird because there was no, like, to see him in episode 7 be like, I can't believe I just made a deal with Luthor.
Right.
To full-fledged, like, Joker villain was really weird.
So is it possible that that's not Rick Flag and that he was replaced in some way? Is it possible?
Like by Clayface?
Well, maybe Clayface. Maybe that's Lex Luthor. Maybe he switched places with him somehow and he's got some technology. Like, I don't know.
It could be. It was a weird turn that, like, I hope they pay off.
Yeah.
But I also would have loved more more of what happened with him and Sasha.
Yeah.
Right? Like you didn't spend enough time with them together to see what that relationship really looked like to then watch it turn and fall apart.
Right, because her turn was pretty fast too.
Yeah, it was like, oh, he's a bad guy now. Okay, bye. I was like, what?
Yeah, so T brings up a good point. If that was Lex, why would he care so much about Peacemaker? Okay, that's a good point.
And speaking of that turn, right? That's what got the entire team, like, that he all of a sudden, and Rick Flag doesn't strike you, having watched Creature Commandos, like, he doesn't strike you as the guy that doesn't care about his team.
Right.
Or, but like he brought in the Tim Meadows character, and he was willing to sacrifice anybody and everybody around him just to find a door.
Who was one of the best characters of the whole series. In the brief moments you got Tim Meadows, he absolutely stole the show. Him and Steve Agee were great.
Yeah, look, I'm just glad they brought back Titties and the other one for the finale. The dude that got eaten by the little guys that were humping his mask.
So when they went into the quantum realm and they were opening all the different doors, James Gunn had reached out to Ryan Reynolds to see if he would cameo as Deadpool behind one of the doors. And Ryan Reynolds was all for it, but the amount of hoops that they would have had to jump through to greenlight that, James Gunn says it probably wouldn't have happened.
Oh my God, it would have been
awesome.
No, it would have been awesome if it was Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern behind one of the doors.
That I'm sure he asked him if that could happen. So the end of the finale, the Peacemaker, is they find a planet after they go through a bunch of other planets. They find a planet that has air like Earth, scenery like Earth. It looks just like Earth with no occupants on it.
Yeah.
And they forge Peacemaker's signature, and Flag throws them into the world that they called Salvation. Now,
speaking of Salvation, go ahead.
Salvation, as you'll be happy to explain, was a quick run of the comics, right? There was a quick run of Salvation in the comics recently?
No, it's like 20 years ago.
Okay.
I mean, that would have been amazing too, T. If they opened the door and Tyler Hoechlin just stood there and shook his head? Oh my God, that'd be awesome.
I would have loved it.
So Salvation Run was a spin out of, I think, Final Crisis, where the Suicide Squad went and collected all of the villains on Earth and put them through a boom tube to a planet they called Salvation, and it was basically like a Lord of the Flies scenario, where you got like it was a spinoff of the Rogues killed Flash,
right?
In the comics, and then they got sent over first, and then they eventually collected all of the supervillains on Earth and sent them all to Salvation. The series was 7 issues. It was written by Bill Willingham, who is
Right.
I've spoken about his series Fable that he did before on this show.
Yep.
He's a fantastic writer. It was great for diehard fans. So
Right.
this ties back to what we were talking about earlier, right? Everything's like interconnected through how all these stuff keeps dropping, right? So it's great for diehard fans because there had to be so many villains to make it cool.
Right.
Like hundreds of obscure villains that you've never heard of, unless you
Yeah.
used to be like me in the 80s and read through the Who's Who, right? Because there was a time where there was like Who's Who and Marvel Universe,
Yeah.
and it was like the encyclopedia, where it had these are all the different characters that we've ever dropped, and had this is their appearance, and this is what that was. This was somebody read through all of the villains there and said, "Ooh, we can use this one and this one and this one." But that story is like Joker and Lex Luthor fighting for power
Right.
on this, and they form factions, and like Vandal Savage is over here trying to recreate the human race and get laid, and takes like a group of women with him. It's hilarious. But like so far in this DC universe, we literally have one villain, so it's a little early to do this.
It is. It is. And James Gunn has already said that they're not going to do the Luthor versus Joker part of this because I don't think he wants to introduce Joker for a while.
They can't do any of that's. There's not a Luthor versus anybody. There's.
It is very early, and so the next 4 things that they have coming up, right? They have Lanterns coming up early next year, which will tie to this.
Yeah.
Then they have Supergirl, huh?
Will it?
Yeah, he said that Lanterns will play a big role in this.
Weird. Okay.
Right. Supergirl comes out June of next year. Then Clayface in September of next year. And then Man of Tomorrow in July of the following year. Those are the next 4 things, I think, like being made to come out.
Yeah.
And they'll all interconnect.
Sure.
Um,
and I've thought more through the Supergirl movie, and I think the view that we got of her is going to be like for 5 minutes when she's drunk at the beginning of the movie, because she's supposed to be drunk she is drunk at the beginning of the story, and then like after issue 1, she straightens up and is like, all right, I have a mission to do, and you get like the one that's the foil of Superman. So I think that there'll be a fairly quick turn with her. I wish they hadn't introduced Drunk Kara as our first introduction to her.
yeah.
But yeah, Lanterns, I have no idea what to expect.
No, it's Lanterns. The
I'm guessing we'll get a trailer. I think there's a DC event probably coming soon. There's got to be one soon of some sort.
The synopsis for Lanterns is a detective mystery focusing on a murder on Earth that draws intergalactic cops Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart into a larger conspiracy. Described as a true detective-style terrestrial story, it uses grounded mystery format to introduce the Green Lantern Corps to a wider audience before expanding to more cosmic storylines. The show will explore the rules and responsibilities of the Lanterns and expected to lead into the larger DCU. Okay.
Yeah, and no presence at Comic-Con really for
No.
for the movies, which is weird, right? Like I would have expected a Lanterns trailer soon.
Yeah,
We
I
didn't
haven't.
already get one, so
I haven't
don't
heard
know.
anything yet.
But yeah, so that's we went. It's late.
It
We went
is
a little long.
little bit.
But those are. Let us know. Go ahead, comment on the video, comment on the YouTube, leave us some likes, tell a friend, join the conversation. Let us know more about what you think about this. T, thanks for being active in the chat all evening. Appreciate it. And Dom, great to see you too. Mom, Chris, everybody, thanks for joining. Make sure if you are listening on, now that I can listen on Apple Podcasts, I don't have to trash YouTube Music anymore. So leave us a review and a 5-star rating on there and everywhere else. You can check me out at Jack Kid Music. Check me out at my debut at the Ridge at Chesterbrook this Friday, weather pending. And you can check out Frank later on this week.
Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, the island of relevancy, where we also haven't done a show in a week. We have a lot of wrestling to talk about, T and I. Lots of stuff happened.
So check that out, and we will see all of you next time. Thanks for finding the Geek Spot with us.
Bye.